Olympian Kyle Snyder was recently arrested in a prostitution sting. Okay, he tried to pay for sexual services. Under pressure from some feminist groups, more and more men, more and more customers who are almost always men, are usually men, overwhelmingly the majority are men, are being arrested for prostitution and prostitution stings, as well as the sellers who are sometimes men, but usually women. Okay, now I'd like to point out that if Kyle Snyder had falsely told a woman he was in love with her in order to get her to have sex with him, there would have been no danger of his being arrested. If he had made a promise he had no intention of keeping, to marry a woman, or even to see her regularly, there would have been no danger of his being arrested. But because he pays a woman, he gets arrested. Or if he had taken the amount of money that he offered her, I don't know what it was, and he had, used it to go on a date, he'd spend it in a restaurant, he'd spend it on flowers, he'd spend it on candy, there would have been no danger of arrest. But if you hand it directly to the woman, you get arrested. Now, does anybody see what is wrong there? Lie to a woman to have sex with her, no danger of arrest. Make false promises to a woman to have sex with her, no danger of arrest. But if you pay her, you get arrested. Now, I'm not saying that prostitution is an ideal form of sex. I'm saying that we're wrong to persecute it. Okay? Now, and as I've said before, I think that decriminalizing prostitution should be coupled with efforts to help people, whether they are in prostitution or not, to either get normal jobs or to get help with disability. Okay? So that there will be fewer people who believe that that's their only choice if they want to survive. But the thing here is, we're persecuting men for paying for sex, but we're not persecuting them for lying to get sex. We're not persecuting them for making false promises to get sex. Okay, and another thing about this is, part of the reason for prostitution is that this is not an area where things are completely equal between the sexes, nor are they always completely equal within the sexes. Okay? The desire, generally speaking, men have slightly greater desire, and they almost always take lesser risk in partnered sexual activity. Okay? Women tend to have postcoital regret. They tend to feel used or exploited if they have sex with a man and he just doesn't call again. Man doesn't usually feel that. So basically, prostitution can be seen as a kind of compensation. But at any rate, I do want to put out there that what we're doing is completely wrong. Prostitution should be decriminalized because it should be perfectly okay to put in money or goods instead of lies and false promises in order to persuade a sexual partner to have sex with you. And yes, if you're an older rich woman and you want to have sex with a young, beautiful man or woman, why shouldn't you be able to, it's perfectly okay with me if the sugar mama sweetens the deal. That does happen on occasion. Okay, but anyway, I just want to put that out there. I think these stings, and a lot of it is done under pressure from feminists, misguided pressure, are completely wrong, and they should stop. And prostitution should be decriminalized.